we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that, and forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in.
How you guys doing? Welcome. This is your host, Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller, and today I just want to welcome you, or should I say tonight, I want to welcome you to a live broadcasting of the Foot Soldier Show. Foot Soldier Show Live. Yeah, that's really what it is. But a few things are different. If you notice, today I'm in a jacket, suit, and got my little tie on matching, the whole coordination and everything else. Also, I don't know if you realize, but I got my fro tied. Again, I had half twisted the last time you saw me, and the other half out. It's against my stance on racial profiling. And earlier today, I released a song. Not really earlier today, but earlier today, I shared a song that I released a couple of days ago. It's a G-mix between Candy and myself to her song Fly Above All the Haters. Absolutely love that song. Absolutely love you, Candy. And I just want to say thank you, Candy. Thank you, Candy Coded Entertainment. And also thank you to all the viewers and all the fans so far who have tuned in, who have listened, who have viewed it, who have taken the time to appreciate it. Today, that song is an anthem of anti-racial profiling. Because you are who you are, sometimes people just hate on you. And it shows a lack of ambition, as I said, and it reflects a racist, segregated mindset. And that's one of the things that we hope to change in our future moving forward. And I say we, meaning us as a country, because it's not one person's going to do it. We can't just sit back and say, well, Obama got to fix this, or the school system is whack. No, we got to do this together as individuals. That's how we do it. There's a saying, it takes a village to raise a child, meaning in human interaction, or as human beings, we need a lot of that human interaction to help us to be the best we can be as we grow to be. Now, if you don't know me, this is your first time seeing me, I am an author, I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm a recording artist. And today's webisode, or today's broadcast, is being brought to you by our sponsors, Breaking Bank, to live a prosperous life, applicable tools or applicable principles to expand your net worth. And that's a book based on how to understand the industry of network marketing and how to progress from it. And that's actually what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper in it. Now, I have a few things I want to go over with you, and if you can see here, I got quite a number of notes and a very small span of time to be able to share this information with you, because I heard somebody say once, the average attention span of an American is very, very small. Not American, the average of people today is very small. It's about 15, 30 seconds. So chances are we're about 60 seconds in, you've already tuned me out. But it's okay. I appreciate you still having this up, and I appreciate you watching. What I'm going to talk about right now are some key aspects that are part of life, and I'm going to read it if it's okay with you, but I just want to be able to look at you eye to eye, face to face as we do this from time to time. And the opening thought is pyramid. Pyramid. Why would that be an opening thought, right? The reason I'm using pyramid as an opening thought is, if you think of pyramid right now, you think a lot of things. When you hear the word pyramid, you think a lot of things. For a lot of people, they automatically think of a network marketing. For a lot of people, they automatically think ancient Egypt. But that structure of a triangle, which is called a pyramid, it's a part of our daily lives. There's several pyramids that we actually interact in and with on a day-to-day basis. And I'm going to just point some of them out to you, so maybe you can take a look at it. Maybe it's just me, but by the time you get a chance to see it, maybe you get a better understanding as well. Now, the first one I wanted to point out is a corporate structure of a pyramid. A corporate pyramid. Then there's the government pyramid. There is the church pyramid. There's the family's pyramid. But then there's also what God has for us. And I call it the God pyramid. Like, why would you put God in a pyramid? God is not a multi-level marketer. You say that. But God is into networking. He's into connecting people and connecting with people and impacting people. That's how you spread the word. And that's one of the reasons why, till today, word of mouth advertising is the number one way to share information. One, because it's free. Two, it's based on your experience. And three, it's based on you being able to receive a reward for something that you experienced. And I'm going to get a lot into it, but I'm going to give you in bite-sized details. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to do an exercise with me, okay? Just follow me here. On this paper, you'll see here, I have a few pyramids. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to just draw a triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw one upside down, right in the middle of it, okay? Can you do that for me? You sure? I know you're watching your shows right now, you're about to go to the club and get it on, right? You don't want to hear about pyramids right now. Well, if you don't want to hear about it right now, watch this tomorrow and do the exercise tomorrow. But if you have a minute or two right now, I want to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Now, on the first 3 lines in the first pyramid, I want you to take the time to draw 2 lines, 1, 2, to kind of separate the top, the middle, and the bottom. All right? Now, after we do that, I want you to take the time to put a line directly in the middle, from the top of the middle all the way to the middle of the bottom line, right? The first line. Now, from that line, I want you to go halfway in the top of the top circle, 1 line there, and halfway in the top circle, 1 line there. So now you have 2 at the top and 3 boxes in the middle. And you're going to do that again to get 4 at the bottom. So halfway in the middle of the corner, 1, halfway in the middle, 1, halfway in the corner, 1. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to do this in a total of 5 times, but I'm just going to break down this one time to give an example. Now, just take a corporate structure of a pyramid. In a corporate pyramid, we have the president and we have the CEO. And on the president's side, they're more concerned about the consumers. On the CEO's side, he's more concerned about profits. But there's a president and a CEO at the top of the pyramid. Now, below them, which is in that middle section, you have operations manager for that one on the far left. The one in the middle, you have HR, human resources. Every company needs that. And then the one on the far right, you have workforce management, all right? Now, if you go just one step below that, and workforce management is not necessarily the managers or the supervisors on the floor. Workforce management are the people who actually manage the infrastructure, the systems that you work from, whether it's a smartphone. If you work at a call center, you know they have a cold call system, or they have a cloud system, or they have a calling system where you have a soft phone where you're on set, call set, and you just log into the server and you just sit there all day, you answer phones and you do customer service. Now, at the bottom of that, on the far left, you have the employees. Next to the employees, you have the receptionist. Next to the receptionist, you have the janitors. And next to the janitors, you have the supervisors. So in that structure, on the top, there's the president, the CEO, or the owner and the CEO. You have below them, you have ops manager, HR, workforce management. And at the bottom, you have employee, receptionist, janitor, and supervisors. Now, I'm going to do this a little quick because I know this can get real deep. But I'm just going to use that as a matter of fact. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper on another day. But I'm going to use that as a structure for you to take your time to look at today. Within that structure, you can see that the concept of the design of a pyramid, as it is established today, it's a part of something that we are already familiar with. We are already very, very, very familiar with it. And sometimes when you hear somebody talk about pyramids, or, you know, sometimes you hear a person talk, you have to take the time to, or should I say, it's not wise to comment on everything everyone says. Especially if you can tell by their comment that they're not on your level. And you'll know exactly what I mean. Especially if you're on Facebook, sometimes we see some comments and we just like, no, he didn't, right? I do it all the time. Some things I comment on and others, I just refuse to. I don't even like it. I might laugh when I see it. It might get a chuckle out of me when I read it, but it's not worth me commenting on. Because the people who pay attention to what I say, when I associate my comments with that, they now think that that's my way of thinking. And that's kind of how your association works sometimes. Now, Going a little bit further within the concept of a pyramid or concept the structure of a pyramid, because today will be today's episode, I'd call it, right? I mean, it's a broadcast or of sorts. Because today's show is brought to you by Breaking Bank Deliver Prosperous Life, I thought it was important that I spoke about the industry of network marketing and what are some key things to look for or to look into if you're a person who is thinking about the industry, or you're just a person who you heard about it and you're not sure. Now, there are some major aspects. There's 4 elements that you should look into, and I'm going to let you know. Selling, inventory, product-based compensation, and characteristics of leadership. Those are the 4 things that you as a person considering this industry, those should be your primary focal values. Those should be your value points. And I'm actually going to break them down in a bit more detail. Now, selling and inventory goes hand in hand. If you're selling, you need inventory. Now, if you're a person that's not a good salesperson or good at physically selling, or you're not confident in your ability to sell it or sell anything, joining a company that requires you to invest $500 in products that you have to turn around and put into the hands of people for them to do the same thing all over again, to find $500 to buy products, to then go sell products. No matter really what the product is, it could be something as simple as coffee. It's still the same thing. It's not going to be up your alley because you're not a salesperson. And a lot of people know a lot of companies, and I used to represent a coffee company where selling coffee, even though they claim you don't sell it, but the essence of what you do is selling. That's it, because you buy a bulk of stock up front, and then after you buy that bulk of inventory up front, it's not for you to no, you have to go out and sell that. And how you sell it, yeah, you share the company with people, but as you share the company with people, if they see it, then you have to sell them coffee while they buy a $500 pack or whatever, how much they spend to wait for their coffee to come. So you sell them coffee while you're waiting for the coffee that you sold them to come. So you just sell them twice, right? And then expect them to go out and sell 2 boxes of coffee to the person that they just sold a whole case of coffee to on top of that, right? No, at all. Now, to dig a little bit deeper, I'll let you know a little bit about my background. I have over 15 years of experience within the industry of network marketing, because this is the marketing industry that I've studied since I've been in my teens. I've heard about companies come and go. I've seen them come and go. Some of them I've watched from afar. Others I've taken the time to actually participate with, to see the infrastructure of the company. What's the leadership characteristics like? You know, what kind of compensation is it? Is it about the inventory? Is it about the product? Or do I have to sell anything? These are questions I've always asked myself whenever I'm looking at a company. You know, what are its values? Because the values of the company is what's going to determine, 1, is it a company for me? 2, is it a company that's going to last? And 3, is it a company that I actually want to tell anybody about or share with anybody else? And that's very important. That's very, 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 very important. And that's a very important aspect for you to consider when thinking about going into any kind of marketing business. You see, what I've been able to see is taking the time to study the industry. I've seen hundreds of companies come and mislead millions of people out of billions of dollars. And at the end of the day, all they do is they shut down shop, go somewhere else, start all over, and start doing it again. This one company in particular that I recently was with, they did it in the Philippines, and they did it here in the United States of America. And it's still dwindling. But I'm not going to dig that or pick at a scab. I'm here to make a point. So let me continue to make that point. The difference with a company that's a network marketing company or an MLM or multi-level marketing company are its character values. What are the values and character of the leadership that's in front of you? The people that you are going to see, the people that are going to lead you, or the people that you're going to then submit yourself to be led by. What is their character like? Because their character, not just at the front of the room, it's their character outside the room that makes a difference. See, up at the front of the room, when everybody's looking in their face, they tell you the sky's going to be pink tomorrow. And because there's so much hype and everything else, you fall into believing that the sky's pink tomorrow. But guess what? At one point in time, at the sliver time of the day, if the sunset is just right, the sky might be pink. Now, it doesn't mean that the sky's going to be pink everywhere. It doesn't mean that the sky's going to be pink for a long time. It just means so a sliver of the day tomorrow, there might be a shade of pink outside in the sky. And they sell that hype on that small whim, and so many people jump on it. And that's the difference between selling a pie in the sky and actually being with a company that has values that you can build on and has an infrastructure in place that you can pass wealth from generation to generation. And it's something that I want to share just a little bit, just a tad bit more light on to give you the shakedown. Product-based compensation and characteristics of leadership. I'm actually going to read this part out because I believe this part is actually very, very, very important. You see, the primary law that governs the industry of network marketing says that no company can reward a person or persons for the number of people they bring in to the company, period. So it's not based on people. You can't base how you pay people based on how much people they tell. It's not based on people. Now, it says here that they should be only paid on reward based on the number of products sold by that individual or group, regardless of the size of that group. So for example, if you're a person who just started a company and say you only told 2 or 3 people about the company, and in your time of telling your 2 or 3 people, you have a website and you marketed your product online, and say you sold coffee, millions of boxes of coffee around the world. Now, the company is supposed to pay you every penny owed to you based on the products sold, not the amount of people you have in your organization. So you can have 3 people in your organization and make more money than the CEO of the company if you sell it or if you do it the right way. But what happens with the characteristic of leadership, or should I say before I get to that, or in the contrary, if you're a person with a large group, say you're coming from a business where you know you have a lot of influence. So you have a large group of people, and then in that large group of people, you then sold a large amount of coffee. You also entitled to get paid every single penny for every box of coffee sold. So whether you have a small group of 3 or you have a large group of 500,000, it doesn't matter. You should be paid and you should be rewarded based on products sold, not on the amount of people you told. Which is so fundamental, so fundamental. See, in June of 2013, in my experience, I was representing a coffee-based product. And I discovered how to trend things worldwide in the 90s, at the end of the 90s. And before it was popular, I didn't really know what to do with it. I didn't have people around the world to connect to at that time. So it was something I just kind of like fond of. After partnering with this coffee company, I decided to, you know what? This is the time for me to trend this thing worldwide. Now, worldwide trend was already something that was big at the time. But having an understanding of it, it's almost like a person who understands computers. You have an understanding of computer, it might be a few years or the last time since you touched a computer, but once you start getting into the computer, you go right back into the grooves of understanding how to repair what goes where. Now, computers do change, but just like the industry changes. Now, what happened is just exactly that. In 1 month, was able to sell out millions and millions and millions and millions of coffee worldwide. Now, some of the people who actually went to those websites and went to the website and purchased the coffee, thank you. You, the people who actually got the information and went to the conference call line and dialed into the conference line and hear the information, thank you. You, the people who actually came out to the events and saw the information and was a part of the information and decided to join, thank you. This is where we get to the characteristic of leadership. See, I pointed out the law that governs the industry to isolate the main point of product-based compensation. Because if it's product-based compensation, they should not take any money from you, regardless of the size of your group, if you sell 1 million boxes of coffee worldwide. Now, what happened in my case is because I didn't go out and tell 500,000 people. I had a very small, tight-knit group. And with that small, tight-knit group, I was able to sell out all the coffee around the world by being consistent, by being dedicated, by being focused, and by being patient to understanding the algorithms and the timing of how to do what I do best. Now, this coffee company thought it was in their best interest to steal what was rightfully mine. And the reason and the grounds for them taking it, get this, the grounds for them taking it or withholding it from me, let's say that, yeah, the grounds of them withholding it from me, right, was that there was not enough people in my downline. The very same line that the law itemized that says you cannot pay a person by people, you should pay the person by product sold. And because I sold so much product, they decided to withhold my compensation because of the number of people I had. So that immediately made that company, in my eyes, not worth my time. Not because they would steal from me, but their values are reflecting not what they show in front of the stage, but their values are showing characteristics that are not even of my standards. They're not even of the industry standards. Now, how am I supposed to tell a friend of mine, come and join with me in this coffee company, knowing that the coffee company that I'm asking you to join me in, the characteristics of the leadership are below the industry standards? That's almost like knowing that there's a robbery going down the road and anybody that passed by just might get shot, and telling my friend, hey, listen, go down the road and pick something up for me. You know there's a chance something might happen. So because you know there's a chance something might happen, you have a responsibility to let them know ahead of time. Listen, especially if it's a friend that you care about. Listen, man, it's all right. Stay home. We get it tomorrow. We don't even need to go there anymore. Because you now have a responsibility, not just to your friend, but also to yourself, to uphold your character, so that the next time you're in a situation and you look to the people around you, you want people around you that you can trust. Now, if the people around you don't think they can trust you because the last time they trusted you, they went down the road and got robbed or got shot up. When you tell them, hey, come with me now and let's go up the road to the party up the block, they're like, all right, go ahead, let me know how the party was. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot within the industry, network marketing, where companies come along and because they don't have the right character values or the characteristic of the leadership is below the industry standards, so many other people get burned and innocent people get burned. Innocent families lose fortunes. They put their time, they put their energy, they put their resource, and they put a portion of their lives into this thing, only to find out at the end of the day it was a lie. That's why a lot of times when a person hears the word pyramid, they automatically think network marketing and they automatically think scam. Oh, it's a pyramid scam. What makes it a pyramid scam? Now keep in mind, we just pointed out a corporate pyramid just a few minutes ago. And in the corporate structure of the pyramid, there's no scam. There's an owner, there's a CEO, there's a middle management, and there's everybody else below. There's no scam in the corporate pyramid because it's based on the product. Now, you're also paid hourly as well, and that structure is different. Within the industry of network marketing or multi-level marketing, it's regulated differently. So the governing laws are that you can't pay a person, no matter how much people they tell you, can only pay a person based on the products that are moved or sold. And if the company's not willing to be of that character, then I'm sorry, then you are representing, or you're going to then bring people to represent something that's whack, for lack of a better words. It's whack. Whack. Yes, I said it and I'll say it again. It's whack. Because it shows no leadership. It shows no ambition. And it shows no characteristic values. So if that's something that you're following, I'm sorry to hear that. But I pray that you understand that because of the characteristics of leadership, chances are it trickles down. And when shit hits the fan, sometimes when you can see it coming, it's best to move out of the way so it doesn't hit you. But if you stand there blind and you continue bringing friends in with you, guess what? It's going to hit the fan, it's going to get all over your face, it's going to get all over their faces, and everybody's going to be mad. And nobody's going to have a good day after that. But I wanted to point that out. I really did want to point that out. Because you have to find a company that meets your industry standards. And when I say your industry standards, meaning that there's certain standards that you won't pass. And at times might do some of the wildest and craziest things. Sometimes we might do things that we won't even think we would have done if it wasn't for that situation, right? We've all been there. Nobody's perfect. But when you have a working knowledge, or you know that, A, selling is not for me. But my friend, or I'm a salesperson, but I know my friend is not a salesperson. But I'm going to get my friend involved in this to sell with me, even though I know they're not a salesperson. That's not of good character. 2, this company is borderlining, or they're blurring the lines between what is legal and illegal when they tell you that, 1, they'll take your money or they will hold your money if you don't have enough people. And it's all within the fine lines. The third aspect of it is, which is so vitally important, and it's amazing to me, it's something that I personally totally missed. I absolutely missed it because I wasn't paying attention to the fine lines. And when I actually took a step back to look at the silver line, within all the hype and the excitement, and now, I'm not going to say this company promised you a black Benz or a pink Benz or black Cadillac, right? I'm not saying that's what they promised, but they make a lot of get-rich promises. And they're easy opportunities where it's fast. You can do it now. You can do it quick. And before you know it, you're going to do this. And before you know it, this is that, and this is that. And they have a whole story. But the third thing that I was saying, which is so fundamental, if they do not provide you with adequate business tools to build a business, that's how you know this is not of your standards. See, I've seen a lot of companies before, but this last company that I joined, I saw them previously, I watched them a little bit, and I decided to see them firsthand. Now, I left one company that I was involved in to actually take a full and pay full attention. And in the process of paying full attention, I got caught into the hype of this, to the fact that I didn't even pay attention that they didn't even provide us with any business tools. There's no actual real science behind any of the products. There's no actual real research behind the product's efficacy and how it can actually impact your body. It's really hype around a product that's overly consumed. So, with that being said, I personally had to take a step back. I personally had to take a huge step back. And in taking that step back, that also helped me to get to the end of writing my book, Breaking Bank, to Live a Prosperous Life. And this is a book that I started to write maybe 10 years previously. I started to write this book this book came to me when Amway was hot. How long ago have you heard of Amway, right? And even though Amway's making a comeback now, because I've been seeing commercials on TV, like, wow, that's like Jordache jeans. They still make y'all? No pun intended, no pun intended. But the point that I'm making is I heard about this company way back when Enron and everything else was going on. I heard about this company way back when, way back. And from way back then when I heard about it and I started watching these companies, I personally started to bring together and begin to form the information that is in the book, Breaking Bank to Live a Prosperous Life. And that's geared towards helping the average person understand, okay, what is it about the industry of network marketing that makes it so profitable? 1. 2, how can I profit from this industry if I'm a person that have no working knowledge of the industry? 3, if I'm a person that has working knowledge of the industry, how can I maximize my ability to produce in this industry? And four, what are the characteristic things that I need to look for in a company when I'm looking for a company to partner with? Now, needless to say, with my last experience with the last company, if some of you go to my Facebook page right now and you go back to the month of June, a lot of the promotion and marketing and the promoting I did for that coffee company back then have been mysteriously erased from my Facebook page. Like literally, totally erased. Now, I personally believe that Mark Zuckerberg earning an additional $10 billion this year when his portfolio was actually calculated to match what he did last year of only $9 billion like he did previously, and then he wound up having $19 billion with not much changes to the IPO or the ROI, I should say, the return of investment on Facebook stocks. It caused me to look at a couple of things. Now, this company, in the process of trying to cover up, not only did they try to cover up the postings that launched the sales of all this product, they went as far as to actually involve a lot of people, to cause a lot of people to then be of their character for a dollar bill. And the worst part about it is because I heard Brother Dollar, Creflo Dollar, said this. You have the text, and when you take the text out of context, you're left with a con. And that's exactly what they did. They took everything out of context and conned people into following them. Now, after they conned people into following them, some of them betrayed their family members. Some of them did indescribable things to others. And some of them sold out a lot of friendships that they had for years and ruined families and ruined lives. And in the process of doing that, the company still conned them and took the very 30 pieces of silver that they sold out their entire family for, took it right back from them at the end of the day. Now, me personally, that's not a company or leadership that I can stand beside. See, I made that decision inside, and I made that decision for myself so that I wouldn't have the FBI coming knocking on my door, the IRS coming knocking on my door saying, hey, listen, you should have made this decision a long time ago. And there's a lot of people that I know right now that are still involved with that company, and I wish them all the best. But for me, you won't see me standing in that line because I understand the laws that govern the industry of network marketing. And when those laws are habitually broken, it lets me know the character of the leadership, what they show on stage when they stand in front of the room, it is absolutely opposite. What they show in front of the room is the complete antithesis of who they are when the door's closed. Because they'll stand in front of the room and they'll praise you. And as soon as they close the door, they curse you. I've experienced that. I even have recordings of it. I won't play it now because that's not what this is for. This is just to help you to understand that not every company is for you. And if a company's not for you, you need to know when to step away. And if you don't know when to step away, it can come back to haunt you in a very, very, very bad way. Now, to keep it moving right along, say you are a person that, and I should say, I'm not trying to say this to scare you away from the industry of network marketing or to scare you from thinking about companies or looking into more companies. Again, I'm just giving you my personal experience from my 15 plus years of understanding this industry and watching companies come and go, watching companies change the name and start over in a new country and do the same thing again, because there's been a few companies so far. For my 15 plus years of experience watching the industry and understanding and learning it and seeing what has developed, there are a few companies out there that are great. There are a few companies out there that are actually making a solid and consistent mark. Now, if you're not a person that's a big salesperson, because you're just not a salesperson, it's not what you do, but you go to the movie from time to time, and if you see a good movie and you like it, you'll tell your friend, hey, listen, I saw Gravity Girl, it's the bomb, go see it. You know what I mean? There's a concept I want to introduce you to. It's called referral marketing. Now you'll ask me, well, Jason, what's the difference between network marketing, multi-level marketing, and referral marketing? They all sound the same to me. It does sound the same, but I'll break down the difference. Network marketing and multi-level marketing are governed by the laws of that industry that states that you cannot pay a person by how much people they have. You have to pay the person by how much product they have. Now, the companies that fall within that bracket of network marketing and multi-level marketing are usually the companies that ask you to invest $500 up front, and you have to buy product that you have to go back and sell. Again, we just talked about you not being a salesperson, so buying products that you'd have to go back and sell, chances are it's not going to be something that's going to work best for you or your family. Now, with referral marketing, the major difference is this. You are then partnering with the company, and you're simply sharing information about the company. Isn't that the same thing? Well, the difference is me selling you something in the street and me sharing something with you that I experienced are two different things. I can sell you something in the street and it has no value to me at all. I'm just simply selling it to you to take your money out of your hands. If I'm sharing something with you that I had an experience with, I'm sharing it with you because it actually has some kind of value to me. Now, I'm not going to get into what company it is right now. I'm not going to get too far in the compensation plan because some of the people out there, they know what this company is, and trust me, they're mad that I'm actually telling you about it because they'd rather you follow the hype and sell a bunch of coffee without a business plan or without having any understanding of what this product does compared to you actually understand having a company that will give you a business plan, give you a business kit, and it does not require $500 to start up. And even if it does require $500 to start, guess what? The $500 you start, you're actually investing in yourself, in your home, in your business, not for you to invest into products to go back and sell to others. And that's a huge difference to me. That's actually the fundamental thing, the fundamental moneymaker behind this company, is that you're simply partnering with them. Whatever you do is for yourself. You're not getting to sell back. There's no point of that. There's no need to, because everybody shops direct. Now, the thing I love about this company that handles referral marketing is because referral marketing is still governed underneath the same industry where it's based on product, but because it's also based on a referral, guess what? Guess what happens? There's more longevity. This company has been in business since the 80s. Yeah, this company's older than most of y'all babies. And most of you people out there who are following the hashtags right now and are tweeting everything all over the place, this company's actually older than you too. I'm not taking any shots at anybody. I'm just letting you know and letting you understand that there's actually a company out there that is helping people, that is beneficial to people, and actually enhancing lives. And it's been doing it for over 15 years. What's the name of the company? What's happening? I'm going to let you know a little bit more about that the next time we speak. Well, what I'll do for you is this. I'll come with you tomorrow, and we'll sit down again around the same time. It's now about 8:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's November 8th. Shout out to DeAndre. Happy birthday, little man. I don't forget you. God bless. Much love. But I want to say, for you, the person who wants to understand just what the industry is about, or the person who's been burnt by other companies before, and you're really looking to try something different, or maybe you're a person who enjoy what you do, you love your job, but you just don't have time to enjoy the money that you make, or maybe you hate your job and you want something different to do. The beautiful thing about referral is that's how we build our network. And that's kind of what network marketing or multi-level marketing infringes on with product selling, because it then takes the relationship away. It takes the experience of the relationship away. and it takes it out of context. So it takes the text with the texture, which is the actual experience, and leave you with the con, which is just the product. And when it's just the product, which is the con, and that's all they're pushing, there's no texture, so there's no substance, there's no experience, and there's no relationship. Chances are it fails. And I do not predict this company is actually going to be in America for the next 10 years. The company I was previously with, the coffee company I previously represented. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. At this point in time, it is vitally important for you, the average American, who, and I say the average American because I'm considered one of those average Americans. I might just be a little extraordinarily average in some of the things that I do. One of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I actually wrote a book about it, The Limits of Your Skies, is never, ever, ever limit yourself. Because the minute you limit yourself, you limit anything that God can do for you. That's my time. As always, I pray for you, and my prayer for you is that you experience the fullness that God has for you. Not just money in your bank, not just healing in your body, but the absolute fullness. The Bible said, or God says in the Bible, I came that you might have life and life more abundantly. And in experiencing that abundant life and experiencing that fullness of life, I know that being able to find better ways to be able to take care of your family financially is one. The beautiful thing about this company I'm going to share with you tomorrow is that it actually helps to heal your body as well. So it's actually healthy for your family, healthy for your home, healthy for your environment, and actually healthy for your finances. You get that? It's healthy for your body. It's healthy for your home. It's healthy for the environment. And it's healthy for your finances. Yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, right, don't worry. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm excited. That's the reason I'm laughing so much. I really want to spill the beans, but I can't. I really can't, not yet. But I just want to encourage you that if you had a bad stint with the wrong company, don't give up. If you had a bad experience with a company that just didn't work, or maybe you just followed the wrong leaders, we do that all the time. The beautiful thing about life is this. Today was yesterday's tomorrow. And tomorrow, we still have a chance to do something different and something better than we did today. Again, my name is Jason Roy Llewellyn Miller. I want to thank you for your time. And as always, God bless and God's best.
When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that, and forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing. It is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
In my life I learned not to live with regrets, so I take my time to pass every test, pass every line, dot every T, cross every I, you know what I mean. I put my time in it, I take my grind in it, I take my time in it, I put my grind seriously on everything I want to be. So there's nothing that I see that I can't be. So you wanna live your life trapped in a shell, or you wanna live your life wishing oh well. See, you wanna live your life cooking on a sail, but I'ma live my life till I die. Oh well, see, I'ma be everything that I set out to be. And you know what? You can too. I'm about to get my grind and get up on this. Now I stack it up, flap it up, flip it, now I get in the way. always said life is like a box of chocolate chip. You never know what you're gonna get, but in this day and time, if you don't know what you wanna be, some people say you ain't shit. What's wrong with you, man? Why you ain't out there doing what they do, man? Nah, I'm on purpose of being. So first I gotta take my time to see it and believe it. So I know that I can achieve it. And if I'm gonna be it, then damn I'm gonna be it. I'm an author, a writer, a man of God. I write so much songs, so my songs so hard. See, I don't spend my time focusing on the cheddar, so I don't spend my time focusing on get my bread up. So I spend my time focusing on God, and in turn, give me all to y'all. Now I got all the, I don't even know what to do with it no more, man. I got it in room. Some people die for it. Shit, I just ride for it. It comes and it goes. Like the sand 7 times through the hourglass. Every second of your life, but the hour pass. Don't ever let the time of your life pass without putting your future in the hourglass. Take the time to watch it as it pass. Take the time to write down everything will laugh. And everything will pass. And everything will future thing you wanna be, dude. Do it. Do it.
Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
Candy, my baby, we flying above it like we live in the covet life. They just hit the covet life. We live it and love it, right? Yeah, baby, we live in the bucket like 2 tears in the bucket like high above them haters like. We on that glide now, mile high. Watch the clouds glide by. Tell them haters bye. Fly above all the karma. Stay distracted with the armor. Save the drama for your mama. Candy.
I'm so comfortable in the skin I'm in. I'm secure about who I am, so you can go ahead and talk all you wanna. I built up a shell and it's hard as armor. It seems like every step I take up, drama comes along with the bread I cake up. But you ain't doing nothing if you don't have haters. So I welcome you to do what's in your nature. I'm like a jet airplane, way too high to hear you throwing salt on my name. I know I'm not the only one. People love to hate you. Go and throw your hands up. Go ahead and spread your wings, 'cause you gotta fly above. I fly above all the drama. I fly above. I fly above. I fly above. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. So I fly above all the haters. I fly above. I fly above. I fly above. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. It's beneath me.
Candy girl, talk to her, baby.
If everybody hating 'cause you fly, then go and throw your hands in the sky. If people jealous 'cause you live your life, then go and throw your hands in the sky. See, I can't even worry about you and your insecurities. The only thing that matters is my family and G.O.D. I'm a shooting star, but my feet still on the ground. And when you're flying high, they just wanna shoot you. I'm like a jet airplane, way too high to hear you throwing salt on my name. I know I'm not the only one. People love to hate you. Go and throw your hands up. Go ahead and spread your wings, 'cause you gotta fly above. I fly above all the drama. I fly above. I fly above. I fly above. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. So I fly above all the haters. I fly above. I fly above. I fly above. It's beneath me. It's beneath me.
Candy.
It's beneath me.
Baby, I bet the baby you complete me. Haters, you beneath me. Used to mumble on the quiet, now they both like squeaky. Clean that dirt up off my name. Oh, your haters like slugs, got some salt for your lane. Blame game while I'm sewing on that octane. Higher fire, Bob Marley, call it that propane. No game, but we got that flyer, higher multiplier, amplifier, larger than the magnifier.